Everybody, Bill with Immigrant Liberty Fighters here. So, Thursday, March 23rd, one more day and it's Friday, and another weekend will be upon us, and we're still not out on the homestead. I just got back from Lowe's. I picked up, I actually ordered in some stuff for fencing for our dogs. I've got to order some more stuff from Home Depot. Unfortunately, you can't get everything from one location. I don't quite understand that, but whatever. It is what it is. I'll get it all ordered in, and we'll be up there to put all the stuff in here. We're hoping to get back up there on the 1st of April, sometime in that area. We're getting our internet provider, we're getting internet service installed on the 15th of April. We've gone ahead and gone with isnt. They seem to be the only ones that can give us service out where we're at. We're going to be there for that. And let's see what else is going on here. Not a whole lot. I wish there was more going on. I'm itching to get back out on the property and get some things done. There's so much that I've got to get done out there, and it just is killing me that I'm having to sit here and wait for the time to get up there. But I'm trying to be as patient as possible. It's not in my time. It's all in God's time. I guess we're just going to keep plugging along here. I've got a couple more weeks at work. I'm figuring I've found maybe a way that I'm going to do my termination notice, where I'll be able to extend it out a little bit longer. I'm going to take my vacation time, and have that make up my paycheck for when I do walk away here. And who knows, they may a couple weeks later they may decide to change their mind and offer me the position. This is the time of year where we're going to start getting extremely busy. We've got guys that are having to go out of town and help our other offices in both Austin and Houston, and so that kind of leaves us pretty much without a technician. So that might change things a bit once they figure it out. I don't think my company really knows or believes that I'm going to leave. I've been there for, like I said, I've been there 18 years. I have a track record of staying where I'm at for quite a long time. I did 8 years in the Army, and I would have been there for the full 20 if I could have. I thoroughly enjoyed my military service. I was pretty upset about not being able to continue my service, but it may have been for the best. I don't know. Then again, I'm dealing with the aftermath of my injury, so maybe it's not so good. I guess there's a blessing in everything, but let's see. I guess our next trip up to the homestead, we're going to hopefully get the fencing done for the dogs. We're going to treat the area with 7 dust. I believe that's what it was called. My wife has already been putting diatomaceous earth. I probably said that wrong. All around the cabin and all the other buildings to keep all the bugs and whatnot out. I've gone through all of my videos from my trail cam, and I've got a hodgepodge of different events that have happened up there with vehicles, from Jeeps to trucks to trailers, and to a little 4-seater vehicle that the neighbor with 280 acres next to me has been driving around on my property with. It's unbelievable how people just think that they, you know, nobody's there. They can do whatever they want. There's fencing that borders the property, and just if you're not there, you can't secure your property. Maybe it'd be different if I knew the neighbors, but I don't. So I guess that is what it is. That's going to have to be something I'll address when I get back up there again. So anyhow, I guess that'll do for today's video. I really appreciate everybody watching my videos, and if you have any questions, suggestions for videos that I might be able to do, I'm all up for suggestions. Like I said, with us not being on the property right now, there's not a whole lot of video I can do. I'm limited in space in this little teeny house that we're in. The landlord calls it he calls it an apartment. I call it an office space wanting to be a one-bedroom house. So, you know, my channel isn't just about my day or whatever. I want my channel to be a whole bunch of different things, and you know, I tend to do a lot of reading and research, and when I don't have any room to spread out, I can't really get into what I'm trying to research. I want to do a video here soon on the travel ban that doesn't seem to be getting anywhere, because we have federal judges that seem to think that they know better than the president, and that they seem to be able to pick and choose what's constitutional or not when it comes to what the executive can do, and they're getting it wrong, and Congress is allowing them to get it wrong. I think that the federal judges that do those kind of things, they should be stripped of their power. They should be disbarred and kicked off the bench and never to be put on the bench again. I think the same thing about the Supreme Court justices. If you're not following constitutionally what you're supposed to do, and you're going on popular opinion and not the Constitution, then you don't need to be there. Liberal, conservative or not, I don't care. You're not doing your job. You're not doing the country any justice. You're doing them an injustice. You're doing us all an injustice. And I think the same thing about Congress, about those in the Senate and the House. If your senator or your representative isn't doing their job, they don't need to be there. You need to start voting better than we're voting. As a voting public, we need to vote better. We need to stop thinking that the president somehow represents the citizens of the United States, because the president does not represent the citizens. The president, contrary to popular belief, represents the states. That's why the states, as a combined state, vote on the president. That's why we have the Electoral College. So every state has a voice. I mean, we're not running a popularity contest, so I don't get all that either. I didn't get it when they were doing all the stupid little protests. I still don't get it. I know people who think totally different than me. You're welcome to your opinion, but I mean, your opinion really doesn't line up with the Constitution when you start thinking that way. When you start thinking that the Constitution is some sort of living, breathing document, you're wrong. When you can't look at that document and read it in the context in which it was written, instead of a 2017 mentality, you don't actually get what it says. We have let our federal government and our state government strip us of so much of our power and our freedoms and our rights that it's not even funny, and they do it little at a time where we don't even notice it. I think that's probably the biggest reason why people are starting to to try to look back at the way our ancestors lived. And you have this movement of people moving out into the country, trying to get off grid, trying to be more self-sufficient and get away from the federal overreach. It's unbelievable, and I think once enough people start getting fed up enough, that hopefully will change. I'm not some sort of doomsdayer. I'm not trying to go hide from the federal government. I'm smarter than that. I know that. I mean, you got to think about it. If you think you are hiding from the federal government or your government in particular, if you have a YouTube channel, if you have a cell phone, if you're tied to the grid in any way, shape, or form, they know where you're at. You're not hiding. They just haven't come and said hello yet. So, I don't know. Anyhow, I guess that's it, because I seem to be just rambling along. Again, if anybody has any suggestions on what kind of video I could do, I'm all for it. But like I said, I mean, if it's something to do with the VA reform, I really haven't had an opportunity to dig into what's going on with that. I know that the Congress has a bill brought up. I don't necessarily know everything in that bill. I know it gives the Secretary of the VA more power to get rid of those undesirables and to reprimand those undesirables. I don't know why we have to have legislation for that. I mean, if you don't do your job, or you do a poor job, or you continue to do a poor job, you should be able to be fired. It's simple. I mean, if you're not doing your job, you need to go. They also have a couple other things like Obamacare Repeal. Paul Ryan's little legislative whatever for the repeal. I mean, if you think about it, it's not really repealing. They're just kind of stripping it down a little bit. And they say that they're doing that because it's the only way they can do it, when they already have something in legislation that they had passed through both the House and the Senate in 2015. All they got to do is bring it back up, pass it back through, do exactly what the Democrats did to the Republicans the entire time. If they want to try to filibuster, use the nuclear option. Who cares? At this point, who cares? I don't need to pass it to read it. I think you need to just repeal it. Give it back to the states and be done. They don't need to reform health care at the federal level. They need to repeal it completely, give it back to the states where the states can take care of it, and we can have what we had before, only better. You know, there's a better way than the federal government being involved, because once the federal government gets involved, they screw it up. Look at anything the federal government gets involved in. That's all I got to say about that. So, again, here I am, a couple minutes after I said I was going to go ahead and end this video. I'm still going. Thanks for watching if you've watched this whole video all the way through. And tomorrow, I'll think of another thing to do on my video. Just counting the days down before we get out on our property, and I can do some other videos that are actually going to have something to do with homesteading and getting ourselves prepared. So, again, thank you. Have a great evening, and I'll see you on the next video.